G.I. Joe is one of history's most famous pigeons, best known for saving 1,000 soldiers during World War II. British troops attempted to advance on the German-held Italian town of 𝐒𝐒𝐑𝐈𝐁𝐄 on October 1943. In order to weaken the German position, the infantry ordered an all-out aerial bombardment of the town. On October 18, 1943, the German resistance was defeated and British troops took up positions within the town. Because the bombing was scheduled to occur within the next half hour, a panic message was tied to G.I. Joe's leg and sent to headquarters. 1,000 British soldiers stood guard, ready to face whatever came their way. G.I. Joe arrived with a message to cancel the operation as the bombers were taxiing the runways at headquarters. He had flown 20 miles in 20 minutes and saved 150 British troops from disaster by less than 5 minutes. 𝐒𝐿 Annie. The 77th Infantry Division of World War I was stranded behind enemy lines in October 1918 with no ammunition or provisions. The commander of the Lost Battalion made several attempts to contact division headquarters. All attempts were unsuccessful. Many pigeons carrying messages were released, and each was severely injured or killed in flight. 𝐒𝐿 Annie, the last surviving bird, was released with a vital message hidden in a capsule attached to his leg. He was hit by shrapnel, like the other pigeons released that day. But he continued his 25-minute flight to his loft, saving the troops of the last battalion from certain death or surrender. The incredible part of his flight was that he was shot in the breast and leg, and when he arrived, he was missing the majority of the leg to which the capsule was attached. 𝐒𝐿 Annie was awarded the French Palm for bravery, but died the following year in battle wounds. Mocker, the hero pigeon, served in France during World War I. On September 12, 1918, heavy enemy artillery fire interrupted the American advance into France's Alsace-Lorraine sector. Mocker delivered a message that allowed American artillery to locate and silence the enemy guns. Mocker had his left eye removed and the top of his head slashed, but he still delivered the life-saving message. He received the Distinguished Service Cross as well as the French Croix de Guerre Medal. Commando was a pigeon used in service with the British Armed Forces during the Second World War to carry crucial intelligence. During the war, the pigeon flew over 90 missions and was awarded the Dickin Medal, the animal equivalent of the Victoria Cross, for 3 particular noteworthy missions in 1942. The medal was later auctioned off for 9,200 euros. Commando, a red-checkered bird, was bred by Sid Moon in Haywards Heath, Sussex, England. Moon was a pigeon enthusiast who had served with the Army Pigeon Service during World War I. When World War II broke out in 1939, Moon offered the use of his pigeons to to the war effort. Commando was one of the Pigeons enlisted for military service. He was notable for 3 missions carried out in 1942, one in June and another in August, and the third in September, during which he delivered vital intelligence to Britain from agents in France. Paddy was an Irish carrier pigeon who received the Dickon Medal for being the first of hundreds of pigeons to arrive back in England with news of the success of the D-Day invasion. He flew the fastest recorded crossing of the English Channel, 230 miles in 4 hours and 5 minutes, and was awarded the medal on September 1, 1944, just under 3 months after the crossing. Paddy was trained by John Macmillan of Carlow and is Ireland's only recipient of this medal for the best recorded time with a message from the Normandy operations while serving with the RAF in June 1944. His medal was sold at auction for almost 7,000 euros in September 1999. William of Orange was an MI4 male pigeon soldier, British Secret Service, for delivering a message from the Arnhem Airborne Operation. He received the 21st Dickon Medal during the Battle of Arnhem in September 1944. This message saved over 2,000 soldiers. Its official military designation is NPS 42 NS 15125. He was awarded the medal in May 1945. Communications were a problem for the Allied units during that battle. German troops had surrounded the airborne forces, and the few radio sets available had malfunctioned. On September 19, 1944, British soldiers released William of Orange, who arrived at his nest box in England 1455. He flew over 400 kilometers, that's 250 miles, and the message he carried was one of only a few that made it back to the United Kingdom. William of Orange was bred by Sir William Proctor Smith of Cheshire and trained by the Army Pigeon Service of the Royal Signals. Smith bought him out of service for £185 and 10 years later reported that William was the grandfather of many outstanding racing pigeons. Mary of Exeter was also awarded the Dickens Medal for her service during World War II, which she completed by being dropped into France and then returning to England. Mary was assigned to the Exeter Group on the National Pigeon Service defensive communication lines. She was injured 4 times, but each time she recovered in time to deliver her message. She was shot for the first time. When she did not return the second time, they assumed she had been killed. 4 days later, she collapsed on her loft, covered in blood. A falcon had attacked her and ripped her open from neck to breast. After being injured for the 3rd time, she recovered only to be hit by shrapnel during a bombing raid. The shrapnel injured her head and neck, but her resourceful owner, Charlie Brewer, made her a leather collar using skills from his trade as a cobbler, and she lived for another 20 years. Her collar was buried with her. She had 22 stitches in her 1-pound body, which is the equivalent of 4,000 stitches in a 200-pound man's body. The Dickon Medal was instituted in 1943 by Maria Dickin to honor the work of animals in war. It is a large bronze medallion bearing the words, "For gallantry," and "We also serve," within a laurel wreath, carried in ribbon of striped green, dark brown, and pale blue. Traditionally, the medal is presented by the Lord Mayor of the City of London. It has become recognized as the Animals Victoria Cross.